every day.
I'm in unbearable pain.
These messages weighed on Janelle Rainier Briggs of Lacey.
No one has checked on me at all.
Her son Kanan wrote from the Nisqually jail while he was in a medical crisis.
No doctor in the facility today.
As he was serving time for violating his probation, Kanan complained of debilitating pain. He had an aneurysm near his eye, but the family says he didn't receive the medical care he needed.
I asked the CO, there's no doctor here today. They haven't had a doctor here in weeks. I was scared that he would not come out.
The city of Lacey, which contracts with the Nisqually tribe for jail space, assured Janelle her son was getting taken care of. She wasn't buying it.
So I'm asking you to consider moving my son to a facility where he can get the medical and mental health care that he needs.
And when that didn't work, she contacted lawyer after lawyer who told her,
please call us back if he dies. And I was hitting dead ends and I was scared. And who else can I call?
For families with loved ones struggling inside one of the state's 50-plus local jails, there are few places to turn. The King 5 investigators found Washington law lacks statewide jail standards and oversight measures.
It means every jail operates according to its own standards. They decide what they're going to do.
And data shows inmates may be paying the price. According to the latest federal records from 2019, Washington had the 4th highest death rate of local jail inmates in the entire country.
And people are being tortured actively in our jails. I know this. I see it every day.
Corinne Sebrin is a civil rights attorney.
Accountability is very, very difficult to achieve outside of a lawsuit or outside of a reporter.
From one end of the state to the other, the King 5 investigators have exposed a lack of oversight affecting inmates. In 2022, we showed at the Forks Jail in Clallam County, a jail guard went unchecked as he sexually abused 5 women he was charged with protecting. This year, we found unqualified medical staff treating inmates in multiple facilities led to tragedies, like Javier Tapia losing his leg at the Pierce County Jail. And in rural Garfield County, near the Idaho border, jail conditions got so bad, the county closed it down altogether, but not until it was too late.
It's just inexcusable.
The jail was located inside the centerpiece of downtown Pomeroy, this historic Garfield County courthouse. But in the basement, this is what the Garfield County Jail looked like.
It was like a dungeon.
Dilapidated, neglected hallways leading to the cells, including this one where Kyle Lara died in 2022. He was awaiting trial for a domestic violence charge. County records show he was a known suicide risk, someone who needed constant oversight. But instead of corrections officers keeping a close watch, the county tasked civilian 911 dispatchers with the job. They were supposed to monitor inmates through these cameras while they juggled other duties.
They never looked to see if he was okay.
Kyle Lara has hung himself.
This is a recording of a county phone call after they found him.
He's been dead several hours, it looks like.
Holy crap, how'd that happen?
Yep, I can't say.
It was more than several hours. According to police records, after Lara died, no one noticed for more than 18 hours. As these photos show, jail staff served Lara 2 meals while he was already dead.
If there was a state body who had done an audit of this jail, there is no possible way that the Garfield County Jail would have passed.
The Garfield County Sheriff, who managed the jail, didn't respond to our attempts to get his side of the story. County Commissioner Jim Nelson told us the small county needed more resources, but was a safe place for inmates. In more than 100 years of operation, he says, using civilians to watch inmates had been effective. Earlier this year, Garfield County settled with Lara's family for $2.5 million. And they agreed to keep the jail shut.
It's too late.
2 decades ago, Tammy Bragg was one of those 911 dispatchers monitoring inmates.
What lessons do you think people can learn from your small community? What happened here?
That if somebody doesn't do something, this is just going to keep happening and happening. We need standards.
At least 26 states have statewide bodies that have mandatory oversight of local jail conditions. And Michelle Deitch, a nationally recognized corrections oversight expert, recommends the same for Washington.
A lot of sheriffs feel like this is their domain and they don't want some outsiders coming in. But in fact, every public institution needs to be answerable to an outside body.
This wouldn't be new for Washington. In 1981, the state created a jail oversight board with the power to set and enforce standards. The federal government pointed to Washington's system as a model. But 6 years later, lawmakers nixed it.
It does seem like someone somewhere did the math one day and said it is cheaper for us to defend the lawsuits than to actually just provide the adequate care in the first place.
Kanan Rainier is now out of jail, but his mom says he lives with trauma from his medical crisis behind bars. And she says she's got her own trauma from that isolating fight to help him.
It's like watching your kid drown and not being able to help them. I expected there to be people responsible.
Last year, a state task force took a deep dive into Washington jails and concluded we need standards and accountability. But a bill that would have created that oversight failed. Inmates and their families tell me they're hoping lawmakers reconsider this issue when they're back in Olympia next year. In the newsroom, I'm Taylor Muir-Fendereski, King 5 News.